Hey guys, how's it going? Right now I'm working on John's Keith Black 505 build. This motor's getting a ProCharger. The goal is 1,000 horsepower. Should be pretty badass. Right now I'm putting the Shortblock together. So I got the pistons and rings all ready to go in it. John gave me this build a little while ago. I've been waiting a long time for parts and machine work and everything like that. Everything's been taking a long time due to COVID. There's been a lot of long wait times for everything, but I'm really excited to get this thing put together and see it on the run stand and eventually see it at the dyno with the ProCharger on it. So hope you guys are excited as I am. So yeah, let's get into it. All right, so for the Shortblock on this motor, we got a Scat stroker crank. It's a center counterweighted one to handle the high horsepower from the ProCharger. We got some Scat H-beam rods with some ARP L19 bolts. So those are the more heavy-duty ARP bolts. And we have these custom JE pistons, custom for a blower, just for what we needed. The bore size is 4.350. They're really beautiful pistons, and they should work really good with the rest of the rotating assembly. So yeah, let's put some rings on it. So we have some total seal piston rings for this motor. First ring we want to put on is the oil support ring, and that basically holds your oil rings. And then after that, the second ring and then the top ring. I already have all the rings filed for boost, so it should go together really good. Everything like that. But before you put your piston in, you want to make sure that your rod bearings are in the right spots. There's an upper and lower on these Chevys, and you want to make sure your wrist pin clips, your spiral locks are in all the way, because sometimes they don't go in all the way. You just want to double check everything before you put it in. So when you get piston rings, they supply this little chart, and basically you plug this into your calculator and it gives you your ring gap. So for this application, I believe the top ring was around 30 thousandths and the second ring was like 31 or 32 thousandths. So that's what I'm running on this motor, but it varies between your applications. So when you buy piston rings, they give you a little chart of how to clock your rings. So in this case, they want you to have, there's an arrow pointing up and it says it's pointing to the front of the motor. So this is piston number 1, which is on this side. So you point that to the forward. All right, so now that you're holding the piston like this, you want to look at your oil expander ring, or I call it the waffle ring because it looks like a waffle, and you want the gap to be pointing this way. And then the two thin oil rings one of the gaps go right here, and another gap goes right here. So if you're looking at it like this, one here and here, the second ring goes right here, and then the top ring goes here. So it's pretty easy, but it's definitely a very important part of your engine. All right, so for assembly lube, I use this Lucas Oil. It's Lucas Oil assembly lube. And then for oil in the cylinders and around the piston, I use the same oil that I run in the actual motor. So in this case, it's this Driven BR30 530 break-in oil. That stuff's really good, so that's what I would recommend. But I put the assembly lube on the rod bearing and then the actual engine oil across the cylinder and the piston and the rings. So I'll do that now. So much air in here. Caps are good. All right, so we got our rod cap here, and I put that green assembly lube on it. So that's the last piece. Alright guys, all the pistons are in and they all look really good. Turns over really smooth and nice. So next step is the oil pump, the pickup, the can oil pan, timing cover, a few little things, and then we'll get the AFR CNC heads on there. It'll look really cool. So be sure to stay tuned for that, and have a great night.